Okay, when we write code and get some error, the Python interpreter simply throws that error, shows that error message. Like if we just simply say print and some variable name, let's say name, and execute it, then we will simply get an error and we can see the error name is not defined. So there will be lots of scenarios like this, not only for undefined variables, but for a lot of scenarios where there will be some errors and Python interpreter will simply throw the errors. To get rid of these errors and to show custom errors, Python interpreter has some ways. Unlike some other programming language where there is try and catch, in Python there is try and except. Actually, there are four options. First, we will try. So we will say try. Okay, not curly braces actually, because I do a lot of programming languages and all other programming language actually uses curly braces except Python and R. So sometimes I make mistake. That's my bad. Okay, and the try block. And after try block, we will catch the error. So we will say for catching the error, accept. Sorry, accept. And after accepting, there are two more ways we can do. One is we can say else. And another is at finally, we can say finally. Okay, in this way. But first, we will use try and accept. And in the try block, we will simply print the name variable, the undefined name variable. Print and name. Okay, we're trying. After trying, we will definitely get an error. Name is not defined error. The variable is not defined error. And then we can accept the error. And in the accept block, we can actually print or show some custom error. Let's say print and say variable name is not defined. And if we execute this piece of code, then we will not get as usual error which Python interpreter shows. We will see our custom error. So let's execute it. And we can see our custom error this time. And if we want, then we can also add else section here. The else section actually do if there is no error. If it does not go in the accept block, then it will come in the else section. So we can simply say print no error. So if we execute this piece of code, there is an error. So it will simply show the variable name is not defined error, our custom error. Let's execute it to test. And we can see that one. But if we have the name variable declared, so let's declare it outside of our try block. We can also declare inside of our try block. That doesn't matter actually. So here we're saying name equal to Maria and executing it. Can you guess what will happen? Okay, let me explain it first, then we will run the program. First, it will come inside the try block and it will print the name, and it will not go inside the accept block. Because it's not going in the accept block, so it will come inside the else block. Okay, let's execute it. And we're right. First, it's printing the name, and then it's printing the error. Sorry, no error message from the else section. What about finally? Okay, the finally block is always executed if there is an error or not. So if we use try except code block for writing some codes and also add else and finally, and there is no error. Then it will come inside the try block, execute all the code, and then come inside the else block because there is no error, and then it will print the finally statement. And if there is an error, then it will come inside the try block, get the error, come inside the except block, throw our custom message, and then it will not go inside the else block, but it will come inside the finally block and show the final message, final error message. So we can understand that finally will be executed in all these scenario if there is an error or not. So let's simply come inside the finally block and print finally there's no error. Okay, there is no error, and execute it, and we can see it has printed the name and it has come inside the else block because there is no error, and it has come inside the finally block. What about if we have an error? Let's check that. Let's delete the declaration of the variable and execute this piece of program. And we can see it has come inside the except block, it has thrown our custom error message, and it has not gone inside the else block, and it has come inside the finally block. Hope you guys have understood how try and except works in Python.